Now we just looked at using follow actions to create randomized drum patterns. Now we'll look at using the random MIDI device on a drum kit. So there's a simple 16th note pattern on our 808 kick drum. Not useful for much other than hardcore gabber in most cases. But as I increase the chance on the random device I've just placed on this track, those 16th notes become distributed randomly across a number of pads corresponding to the setting of the choices dial. And of course, we want it to be adding the notes higher than the kick drum, because there's nothing on lower MIDI notes than the kick drum. And I'll just mute the pads I don't care for, in this case the kick, cymbal, cowbell, and open hi-hat, because I'll have my kick drum taken care of. And I'll go to this audio track and set the audio input from the appropriate drum kit track and arm it to record and mute it. And we're recording this randomized rhythm pattern. Now, once again, similarly as to the random rhythms generated with the follow action, doesn't sound like much at all at this point. But we're going to be able to find something usable in there once the recording is done. So that's what we've captured so far. And now we've got 16 bars of it. I'll stop the original clip. And I'll rename this track Congas and create a new audio track for the 808 percussion we just recorded and drag it over accordingly. Disable and activate the conga track again. We can just delete that 16th note kick drum. Unmute the drum rack parts we want and delete the random device. And here we have the randomized 808 percussion. Nicely syncopated. And it has a very polyrhythmic feel because we're never hearing two drum sounds occur at the same time, because we just had a single note randomized. There's no simultaneity of notes, no chords or anything. Seems to work okay alongside the congas. Congas definitely have a different sonic signature than the 808 sounds. Turn them up a little bit and shorten the loop. I think there's something good in between bars 7 and 9 that I can maybe use. Just going to shift the start point by an 8th note, and it should change the whole feel. Just shifting the placement of all the notes slightly is really going to alter the groove we're getting from them. So we have a nice 1-bar section with those toms happening, but I think there we go. Just move the start point in a quarter note from where the looping actually starts. That's got a nice rolling feel to it. Reactivate the snare. Get a better sense of how it's going to fit with the rest of the groove. And because there's some snares I recorded in that pattern, I'm going to go back to the snare on the 808 kit and change the pitch, the decay, the tone, just try to differentiate it somewhat from the snares that were recorded. So just referencing all this with some of the randomized synths we had created from the ML185. My concern was that it might be too busy, but everything seems to fit fairly nicely. I'm going to select the snares, and holding down the Alt key, duplicate them one note up on the claps, and similarly differentiate the downbeat clap accents from the ones that were recorded with the randomized 808. And there we go, with some nice randomized 808 percussion.